This video is part of our Qt C++ GUI Development Intermediate course. It is this chapter here on deployment, and we will be deploying the application we built in the course on Windows, Mac, and Linux. The link to the course is shared in the description below. You can also check out the other courses we have on Qt. You can learn about Qt Quick and Qt widgets. In this lecture, we're going to see how you can use the Qt installer framework and create an installer that your users can install your application from on Windows. This is a cross-platform tool that Qt provides to help you create installers, and it is supported on Linux, Windows, and Mac, so it is pretty cool. We're going to see how you can use it to create an installer for Painter app on Windows, and it is going to be pretty cool. Down here, you see the documentation for it. You can read this if you are in the mood for that, but we're going to show you the basics. We are going to see the basics of how you use this framework, and we're going to use it to create an installer for Painter app. If you need more information about it, you can visit the manual for the framework here, and they are going to tell you about it. It is pretty cool, and it can do all kinds of crazy things. But now we want to use it, and we want to create an installer for Painter app. What you need to do to use this framework is create a folder structure that it understands. And you're going to put together a folder for your application. For example, here it's going to be Painter app installer. And inside that folder, we're going to put two more folders. We're going to put in a folder called config, and we're going to put in a folder called packages. The config folder is going to contain our config XML file. And our config XML file is going to look something like this. It's going to contain information about our application. You see the name of the application, the version, the title for the installer, the publisher of the application, and all kinds of crazy things here. Inside packages, you're going to put in your modules, or I think they call them components. Your components are going to have names that are like reversed domain names. You see here we have com, Blykun, Painter app. You can have in as many components as you want, but for our case, we're going to put in only one component, which is Painter app. In your component folder, you're going to have two more folders. You're going to have the data folder, which is going to contain the data or the files that you want to ship to your users. This is where we're going to be putting our Painter app files. We're going to put in the binary, and we're going to put in all the DLLs that it needs to run and all the folders we generated using WinDeployQt. Besides the data folder, the component is also going to contain another folder which is called meta. The meta folder is going to contain many files, but one that is most important is the package XML file, which is going to control the logic of how the install is going to happen. Here I have an example of the package XML file. You see that it is also for Painter app, and you see the licenses here. And in here you can load other scripts that are going to control how your application is going to look. But we're not going to go that far in this lecture. We just want to be able to create an installer for Painter app. So this is really all about the setup. Just make sure you have this folder structure in place, put in these files, and after that you will need to run the binary creator file. And you might ask, where do you get this file? Well, you need to have the Qt installer framework installed. If you don't have it installed as part of your Qt install, you can come to download Qt.io. I think you can come here, and we're going to go to official releases, and we're going to find Qt installer framework here. You can grab the latest version and download it for your platform. You see they have versions for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can download whatever you need depending on where you are watching these videos. You can download what you need depending on the operating system you're doing this on. I am on Windows, so I downloaded this and I have it installed on my C drive. Let's go there, and I think I have it in my Qt installed directory, and right here you see my Qt installer framework. I can go inside, I can go in the bin directory, and right here you're going to see binary creator. This is what we're going to run to create an installer for the folder structure that we have set up. Okay, again, this is the command to call binary creator. You give it your config XML file and you give it your packages folder, and you say the name of the installer that you want to create. This is how you use this thing. Okay, I have said a lot about the folder structure here, but one thing you should know is that there are many examples from the Qt installer framework that you can base your work upon. Here I have the folder open for my Qt installer framework. And if you go in examples here, you're going to find many examples that you can use. So we are going to use one of these and we are going to put in everything we need for the application to run. I want to use the one that is flagged tutorial because it is simpler. We're going to copy it. I am going to go in one folder on my drive here. I am going to create a new folder. I'm going to name this 3, for example, and it's going to be called Qt installer framework. That's what we want to play with, and we're going to paste that in here. We are going to name this folder Painter App installer. Let's not put in any space, and we're going to go inside. And inside you're going to see our 2 folders. We have a config folder and a packages folder. And my config folder is going to contain information about my application. So I better open it and put in my information here. So I am going to say Painter App. Let's say that. Version is 1.0.0. I don't mind that. This is going to be Painter App installer. And here we're going to say Dicounted Technologies, my company. You can put in whatever you want. And we're going to say Painter App here. Start menu directory, we're going to say Painter App. And here we're going to say Painter App. Installation directory, we're going to say Painter App. No big deal. You can put in whatever you want here. We're going to save. We're going to minimize this. And we're going to go up. And we're going to open packages. Here you want to give it your product name. Mine is going to be Dicounted Painter App. I'm going to say that here, and I am going to go inside. The data folder is going to contain the content of whatever I want to ship to my users. So what I am going to do, I am going to go up and go where I generated everything I needed using WinDeploy-Qt. I am going to copy all this. And I am going to go up again and go in my Qt installer framework. I am going to go inside. I am going to go to my packages folder, go inside, and in data, I am going to delete whatever was in here. And I am going to paste in my content, which is the application I want to ship to my users. I don't think this name is descriptive enough, so I can say Painter App here. And it's going to be fine. Now I want to go up a little bit and go in the meta folder where I can control more things about how the installation is going to happen. You see they have a script here that we are not going to look at, but we can open our package XML file and you're going to see that it's going to tell us more information. And down here you even see that we can load scripts and make them do things, but we're not going to do that here in this course. So we want to put in the information for our application. We're going to say Painter App. We're going to say this is going to install Painter App on your application, on your machine. This is going to do. And down here you can put in the version if you want, the date, let's say 219. And we're going to say 07. And we're going to say 17 today. Okay, so you can put in any licenses if you want. We don't want to have this script in because that's really advanced. You need to read the documentation for this guy to understand these things. We're going to pass in true, which is the default. And we're going to not need any script. I think we can take this out. And we're not going to be using any script, so we're going to take this out. I also think we can take out this UI because we want to do this really basic. Okay, now we have everything we need in place. And again, these 2 files, config XML and package XML, are really important. They are going to contain information about your application. So make sure you put in whatever your application needs. And once we have this in place, we're going to close these files and we're going to come back here. I don't think we need this UI thing. We're going to delete that. And we also don't need the install script. We can remove that from our installer here. And we're going to go up to the level of our Painter app installer. Now we want to bring up a terminal. You can use whatever terminal you want. I am going to use one that we've been using all along. No problem. It's going to work. So we're going to copy the path to our installer. We're going to clear screen. And we're going to cd there. We're going to paste in this thing here. And we're going to go there. We're going to do there. You're going to see that we have our config folder. And we have our packages folder. Okay, now that we have this in place, we want to browse to wherever we have the Qt installer framework binary creator. Remember, we are going to be using this. So I am going to copy this path. And to make this really easy, I am going to bring up my notepad editor. And we are going to put together the command we're going to use for this to work. We're going to say binary creator. And it's going to be .exe. We are going to give it the location of our config file. It's going to be in config.xml. And we're going to give it our packages folder using the flag P, and we're going to say packages. And what we want to put out is going to be an installer with the name Painter app installer. Let's say that. And I think we can copy this. And we can copy this, move this around. We don't need this anymore. And we can come here to our terminal, which is working in this directory. And we're going to paste in the command. And hopefully it's going to work. Let's say exe because we are on Windows. And let's see what happens. We're going to hit enter. We have just hit enter and it is doing whatever it needs to do to give us our installer. And we're going to wait for this to run. Sometimes it's going to take a while. Okay, take a look here. We have Painter app installer and it was generated for us. Now we can use this to install Painter app on this computer here. And we're going to double click on this guy to try this out. We have to try it out. And we're going to hit next. Choose where you want to install this. I want to install this on my PC somewhere on, let's go on C. And why not put it on C? Let's put that on my C drive. I can choose that. And I can say Painter app. And I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to hit next again. This is going to show me the license. And this information is coming from a file that is stored in Meta, I think. And we have this license file. And if you look here, it is the same thing. So if you have a license, you can put that in this file here, and it's going to show up in your installer. We're going to close this and go up again to our thing so that we see our installer. You can accept the license. We're going to hit next. And we're going to run the installer and we're going to install. We're going to look at the details. You can look at that if you want. It's going to tell you whatever it is installing. And we're going to hit next and we're going to finish. Now Painter app is installed on this computer. And I don't think we can find that in the start menu because the settings we use to generate the installer don't give you the start menu. But we can go where it was installed in C. We're going to find that folder. You see that here, Painter app. And we can double click on Painter app to run our application. And I can't find Painter app. Painter app is here. I can run it. It's going to run. I can even create a shortcut to it on Windows. Let's do that. This is how I create my shortcut. And if I go on my desktop, I'm going to find that. And if I go to my desktop, let's go there through the file browser. We're going to go to desktop and I should find shortcut to Painter app, and if I click on that, it's going to run my Painter app instance here. And this is really all you need to know about starting to use the Qt installer framework to generate installers for your Qt applications. Now, we used the most basic example you can find for the Qt installer framework. But if you want to go crazy about this, you can go where the Qt installer framework is installed. We're going to go in Qt. We're going to go in here. We're going to go in examples. And we have tons of examples you can base your installer on. And if what you see here doesn't make sense, I think there is a link where you can get the documentation for those guys. If we go in Google and say Qt installer framework examples, I think we're going to find a link which is going to be very helpful about each example and explanations about how each example is going to work. So this is going to be pretty cool. For example, I think they have a start menu example. Let's see if we can find it. And now that I am looking for it, I'm not going to find it. It is here. Start menu shortcut example. If you want that, you can base your installer on this example. And it's going to give you a start menu. All you really have to do is read through this and see how you can adapt your installer. So this is really all we set out to do here. We have a cool installer for our Painter app Windows application, and any Windows user can download this and take advantage of what we have to offer in Painter app. And again, what we did is really simple. We put together a release build for our application. We built that to give us a binary that we can use to generate the dependencies. We saw that you can put together the dependencies manually like we did, or you can use WinDeployQt, which is going to make it super easy. We saw how we could do that. After we generated our dependencies, we had something like this, which was pretty cool. And we were able to double click on this guy to open our application. But this wasn't enough. We needed a way to turn this folder into an installer that we could send to our users. And for that, we have used the Qt installer framework. This is really all we set out to do in this series of deployment videos, where we were concerned with how we could deploy our Qt applications on Windows. We're going to stop here for Windows, and in the next lecture, we're going to start and see how you can do the same and deploy your Qt applications on Linux. Go ahead and finish up here and meet me in the next lecture.